Welcome back! I'm Sue B.
And I'm Suzie C.
And we're the Lazy Susans.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
It's been a while, guys, but that's okay. We have some big news. I think it's happening.
It's slow and steady wins the race. I've decided to look into a more vegetarian lifestyle. And gladly, I have Sue B to reference for all the best substitutions that are out there. So today's dish is actually a vegetarian chili and
Vegan pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, but you'd never know.
so today for dinner we're going to be making vegetarian chili in my crock pot. Our ingredients are all spread out for you here to see. And usually when you hear vegetarian dishes, you think, oh, am I getting enough nutrients and protein? Well, actually, our main source is beans. And beans have, per serving, 15 grams of protein and fiber. So you're getting about a third of your daily nutrients with that. So we're using a whole can of red kidney beans, a whole can of black beans. And also, before you cook them, you want to rinse them off because there's a film on it. And once you rinse that off, you won't be having the bean fart that everybody sings about. We have a whole red bell pepper that we're going to chop up, as well as a whole white onion. We're using a whole container of unsalted vegetable stock. You want to get as healthy as you can, so don't have the salt included. We're also not only just eliminating meat, but we're substituting it with a product called Beyond Meat. It's pea protein, and it's supposed to mimic ground beef. It has a lot of nice spices and seasonings, so it actually does make your meals a little bit thicker and have more consistency. We're also using a whole can of diced tomatoes. It also has green chilies in it. You can add a 4-ounce can of green chilies if you'd like, if you can't find diced tomatoes that have it already in it. And then we also have 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. And then for our spices, we're going to be using a teaspoon of dried oregano, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a whole teaspoon of ground cumin, and 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping up the pepper and the onion. You want to try to use a fruit and vegetable wash to wash off the film that is left on the peppers. And then also, just a quick tip, you would want to keep, as you're chopping, you'd want to keep the root on so you don't tear up as much, but you do want to take off the dead extra layers of the onion before you start chopping it up, as well as taking out the seeds from the pepper. So I'm going to pour the olive oil into a pan, and we're just going to do a light saute just to soften them up. I'm going to mix it for maybe 3-4 minutes before we add everything else. You want to keep turning it. And then this is pretty much the hardest part. This is what I love about a crock pot. You set it and forget it. We're going to add all the ingredients into the crock pot. Starting with the vegetable stock, going with the beans, and vegetables, diced tomatoes, and then the spices. We're now going to add the Beyond Meat to the crock pot. If you'd like to see, it even looks like ground beef or ground turkey. It's going to add some extra flavor and consistency. If you make this in the morning, by the time you get home from work at night, it'll be savory, delicious, and healthy.